In this video, I'm going to create a branded dropshipping store using Shopify, and I'm going to try to do it in an hour. If you don't know what dropshipping is, basically you take a product from a supplier like on AliExpress, and then you put it on your own e-commerce website that you then market that product to potential customers, and then when you get an order, you send it to your supplier, they fulfill it and ship it out. So it's an affordable way to start a business because you don't have to spend money on inventory costs up front. Where you're likely going to be spending money is on testing products to find one that really hits for you. Without further ado, let's get started on this challenge. So I'm going to be speeding up this video because if I didn't, you'd be sitting here for over an hour. So basically what we're doing here is creating a business email for our storefront. You need an email to create a Shopify store, so that's what we're doing. And it's also for customer support. Right here, as you can see, our store name was actually taken. I didn't do too much research into that beforehand, so I had to come up with a new one on the fly. But I think I ended up coming up with one that's, pretty decent considering what we're selling here. So this is just basic Shopify setup here. We're subscribing to the basic Shopify plan. Now we're installing Oberlo. Oberlo is what we're going to use for order management in our Shopify store. It's going to be how we import products from AliExpress directly into our store. There are other applications to use as well, but for this example, we're going to use Oberlo. Anyhow, as you can see here, I'm basically taking some of the product page copy that we have in our newsletter, and I'm just kind of fitting it in, kind of changing some things and making it look really good on our homepage. Again, a lot of the copy we provide you, whether it be ad copy or product page copy, you can kind of put it anywhere on the site and just make some modifications here and there to make it look really good. So I'm importing our product through Oberlo here, and I believe I messed up. I didn't import enough images. So I actually go back into Oberlo, I remove the product from our store, I re-import it, and now I import the rest of the images that I want as well. So make sure you do that when you import a product through Oberlo. Make sure you take as many images as possible because it's difficult to get them afterwards. As you can see here, I'm taking the product page copy, I'm just pasting it directly into the store, which is totally okay. And I'm changing out some things. There's some variables there that you can basically swap out for what your product name is. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm also taking the GIFs that I downloaded from the newsletter, and I'm going to be placing them into this product page, which is just going to make it look that much better. And as you saw, we kind of had those templates in the newsletter on where to place these GIFs, so I'm placing them exactly there. I'm also adding an additional picture at the very bottom. And now what I'm doing is I'm looking for some trust badging. It's just going to make this site look more trustworthy. It's going to help with conversions. And I think it actually takes me a little bit to find one here. I did find one that was okay, but I once I see it on the product page, I end up going a different direction. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm just taking some of the sections here and I'm disabling them, just making this page look overall better. And as you can see, I basically took some of the ad copy and now I'm kind of fitting it together and making it look nice in this essentially a story of the product section. So right about here, I decide I really don't like how that header looks, so I end up changing it around. I'm trying to make it look a little bit better. And I'm using the default theme here on Shopify. I would recommend using a premium theme because some of them just look a lot better, but you can absolutely use these basic themes too. So what I'm doing right here is I'm going into AliExpress and I'm taking some of the reviews to create testimonials. So I'm taking parts of the reviews and I'm kind of maybe changing some of the text around to make it look good. And we have a branded store here, so we can absolutely have a featured product on the homepage, right? We're a one product store, so it makes sense that we have our product directly on the homepage. Especially if our homepage looks pretty nice, it might be a good place to maybe even send a customer. Or if a customer finds us organically, they'll land on the homepage and then they'll see the product right there. Now right here, I noticed the badging didn't look great, so I found one that actually looks a lot better. It has a nice solid white background, and it's gonna look a lot better on the product page. So I'm just deleting images here that I don't actually need, some of the products that I don't wanna offer as well. I end up deleting those variants shortly after here. And again, it's important that you really clean this up and you make this look really, really nice. Because at the end of the day here, you want to create a trustworthy looking store, because the more trustworthy your store looks, the more likely a customer is going to give you their money on an order. And right here, I'm just adjusting some of the pricing. I do the compare it price as well. It's about a $20 difference per price there. So it's just going to look better if the product's on sale. You can use things like sale countdowns as well, but I mean, I would typically veer away from them. They're a little bit tacky. They make your site look less professional, in my opinion. But what you do want are product reviews. So we're going to use looks here. There's other ways to import reviews, but I like using looks, so that's what we're going to use. So I go through the product reviews on AliExpress here, and I import ones that look good. I make sure I read all of them, because sometimes you'll see bad reviews with a high star rating, so you want to reject those. You'll want to reject ones that are in different languages, ones that make the product, essentially ones that show the product in a bad light. Those are the ones you want to reject. You want to import the good ones. And then once that's all set, we're going to go back to our store. We're going to see the reviews there, and it's going to make the product page look that much better. Now right here, I changed the stars to yellow, but I actually don't like how that looks with the way I have this site set up. So I actually end up changing that at one point. And right here, I'm just adjusting some text, like for the newsletter, to make that look better. Right here, I'm creating a very, very basic contact page. So what this is going to be is just like saying that our support staff is available 24/7 to help with customers in need. If you have questions or we can help in any way, just contact us and we'll get back to you in 24 hours. You then leave your business email. And that's just something you want to make sure you check daily. And we create a very basic About Us page here. So again, with the About Us page, you can just go right back to the ad or product page copy, and you can take stuff there. You can kind of fit it together however you'd like. You can adjust some things, you can change some things. Just be creative with it. You do want those pages to look good for the people that do visit them. So now right here, we were just creating some legal pages, stuff that you need if you want to run Facebook ads. And I didn't do shipping, but make sure you do shipping as well, and make sure you mention the shipping times. It's really, really important, especially when using AliExpress, because saying explicitly what your shipping times are might save you a lot of headache with customer support in the future. So what I'm doing here is I'm just adjusting some things like the headings to make it look a lot better on mobile. Now the majority of your traffic is going to come through mobile channels. It just is. Not many people will come through on desktop, so you want to make sure you have the absolute best mobile experience possible. Now right here, I'm just messing around with some text. I couldn't quite get it to look exactly how I wanted, so I ended up just going back to a normal bullet list in the end. It certainly took me a lot of time playing around with this, and I didn't quite get it how I wanted, so definitely wasted some time there. But I think we finally have a page here that looks pretty good. We're just going to adjust the footer menu. We're going to add our legal pages to it there. It's important that they're there where people can see them. The Facebook AI is going to look for them as well. So we want to make sure they're where people can find them. So right here, I'm just going over everything, bolding some keywords, kind of running through everything, making sure it looks good. Going through it on desktop, mobile, there's our reviews, going through all the pages. And I think we're about done here. I think we'll stop the clock very shortly, and we do at about an hour and 10 minutes. So had I gone back and done that again, I could probably get it to an hour or less. But without further ado, here's the final site. We have our homepage here with a nice looking banner. The header, the subtitle look good. We have our story section, which doesn't look that great on desktop, But then we have our product page. Again, there are probably adjustments we can make here to make this look even better. But I think all in all, it will look pretty good on mobile. And I believe I show that in just a minute here. So we're going to go to the product page and see what the product page looks like here. As you can see, there's a weird margin there with the trust badging and the actual add to cart and buy buttons. But I mean, you can adjust that in the code. So this page looks pretty good on desktop. So we're going to go into mobile, which is where the majority of our traffic will come from. And it's probably going to look even better than it does on desktop. So yeah, if we fixed up that margin there with the trust badging, as we scroll, you can see, I mean, this is certainly not a bad looking product page, and we have our product reviews. All in all, it looks like a pretty trustworthy site, which is absolutely huge when it comes to selling products online. That's exactly what you want. And that's exactly what we try to do at Web Trends Weekly. We try to make it super easy to create these branded Shopify dropshipping stores. And as you just saw, I built that site in about an hour, and I can already start marketing that product. Because as you see right here, I have the interest targeting to create my interest-based ABOs and CBOs. I have 2 different ad creatives, both long and short variations to try out. There's a custom ready-to-use Facebook video ad. And all these video ads are about 30 seconds, so they're like the perfect length for Facebook video ads. And we also provide a video thumbnail as well that you can use in conjunction with the video ad to hopefully help with the click-through rate. And we don't just do that for one product. We do that for multiple products per week. So the idea here is to really save you a lot of money testing products. Because as a dropshipper, that's where the largest cost is going to be, is testing a product and finding one that really works for you. And oftentimes that's really expensive. It can cost you $100 or more just to get a product to a point where you're ready to run Facebook ads. Because a lot of the times, certain things are outsourced, like writing ad copy, creating video ads, creating product page copy, and sometimes even the product research itself is outsourced. But we do all of that stuff for you, so you don't have to rely on contractors that might be costly and unreliable. Instead, we provide all of it for you for only $19.99 a month. And usually each month, you'll get anywhere from 12 to 16 products with all of the stuff that you just saw. So you'll be able to create branded Shopify dropshipping stores incredibly easily. And you'll be able to hopefully take the money that you save from testing products, and you'll be able to use it on your ad budget instead. So you'll be able to test a lot more products for a lot less money. And the idea is hopefully that will result in much more profit. If you're interested, there's a link in the description. Thanks for watching.